Good afternoon, what's up everyone? Hello and welcome to the Roxamore Sports coverage of the 210 Speed and Agility 7-on-7 football event here at Woodland Hills, Wolvarena. And right now, what do you know it? It's Woodland Hills going against Seton LaSalle. Already we had a touchdown, so that's 6 points, and they're going for the additional 2 points here. Cam Walter sends it down center and grants that 2 additional points here to Woodland Hills. So now we're looking at 8-0. And some mighty good passes there as they were able to get into the field deep rather quickly. As Cam Walter threw it down and off to Scoop Smith at the 5-yard line. So it was a sure thing at that point there for Woodland Hills. And now that's in Seton LaSalle at the 40-yard line. And many of you already know the 7-on-7 rules here, but for those that don't, 7-on-7 is 20 minutes per game. We start at the 40-yard line. Touchdowns worth 6 points. You can get an additional 2 points if you start at the 10-yard line, and an additional 1 point if you start at the 5-yard line after a successful touchdown. Interceptions worth 3 points. Turnovers worth nothing. And one-hand tackle. Not really a tackle, but a one-hand touch. Basically representing a tackle. But if you notice, no one's wearing helmets, so we ain't doing tackling right now. Seton LaSalle off to a good start themselves, as they have gained some ground here on the football field past the 25-yard line. Woodland Hills boast a championship here on the 7-on-7 from last year, and they're looking to do it yet again here. Seton LaSalle loses the ball in that play, but not to an interception, but more to a fumble. Seton LaSalle has a chance at redemption here. A little bit of a huddle discussion right now. And of course, we want to thank you all for joining us here on the Roxamore Sports Network as we do the 7-on-7 events on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, starting at 5 p.m. and ending at 8 p.m. from now till early July. Seton LaSalle still hasn't gained any ground here in this play, as they are looking to advance further past the 20-yard line. Defense from Woodland Hills holding up quite well, but the pressure is being weighed down upon them by Seton LaSalle, who did win their last game by 1 point against South Allegheny, 7-6. Looking good there by Seton LaSalle. Just barely gained some ground there in that play. However, it will get them closer to the end zone. So Seton LaSalle is gaining some ground, as they say, slowly but surely. So perhaps a different maneuver here in this play. And great defense there by Woodland Hills as they were able to knock away that ball there at the 10-yard line. Keeping the pressure off of the end zone area. So it appears that Seton LaSalle's strategy is to go short, whereas previously with the Woodland Hills strategy, we saw that the quarterback was sending it deep. So sending it short is often more than not playing it safe. But at this point in time, it looks like Woodland Hills is expecting that to happen. And something could have came out of that play. Number 22 from Seton LaSalle was awfully close to the ball there, which, if he had obtained it, could have proven to be quite fruitful for Seton LaSalle. They still have the field, though, for the offensive play. And game is just about back in action here. Let's see what we got. Seton LaSalle. Looks like they changed up their strategy in that play just a little bit. And not so much in that play. It looked like they were sending it short again. Defense was on it. And the receiver just quite wasn't there to where that ball was headed off to. I'm not exactly sure if that's where the quarterback intended it to be anyhow. But it looked like that clock was running out and he had to make a decision fast. Because here in the 7-on-7, you got 4 seconds to pass that ball. Again, we're only 20 minutes for each game, so the clock, as in any game, matters, but more so here in this game, because we're playing short here. Let's see what we got. Seton LaSalle in action. Quarterback sends it deep, and that looks to be very fruitful in that play as they have that touchdown right there, putting them 6-8 against Woodland Hills. Woodland Hills has a 2-point lead, and it looks like Seton LaSalle is going in for that 1-point attempt, or perhaps not. It looks like they're going for that 2-point attempt. All right, shout out on you guys for taking the risk. Let's see how they can take it from this play. So Seton LaSalle is going in for that 2-point attempt. If nothing else changes in their play, they could perhaps succeed at tying this game off. Let's see, he sends it off deep again. Number 18, or I believe that's number 10 from where I'm sitting at, does it at yet again. That is number 10 from Seton LaSalle. Gets that ball, tying up the game here, 8-8. So there we have it. 8-8 right now. Seton LaSalle and Woodland Hills at it again, neck and neck. Absolutely love what I'm seeing here. Not really a fan of a beatdown in terms of the scoreboard. And by that I mean I'm not a fan of seeing a huge gap in the scoreboard where it's like something like, I don't know, say 24-0, you know? Absolutely love seeing a close game here. Cam Walter there, quarterback, sends it to the 25-yard line, but that pass is incomplete. As number 8 from Woodland Hills cannot obtain that ball as planned. And for those of you wondering why I know some names and not others, it's because I don't have a roster with me right now. They haven't provided us with rosters, unfortunately, and the numbers on the jersey don't line up with the official numbers that you can find on Max Prep or Huddle. So some of these athletes I remember from basketball, such as Landon Akins, Cam Walter, and Scoop Smith for Woodland Hills as they play basketball. Seton LaSalle, I'm not seeing any familiar faces here, but if I do, I'll be sure to give them a shout out. So Woodland Hills progresses down on the field here. And right now, it's looking pretty good here. As mentioned, Woodland Hills boasts that record of having the championship from the last 7-on-7 last summer, or spring, rather. Actually, summer. Yeah, summer. Of course, that game could just as well be Seton LaSalle. Seton LaSalle is looking pretty good here in today's match. And again, they are off to a strong start as they played against South Allegheny for our first event here today and won by 1 point, 7-6. Woodland Hills getting closer to the end zone here. And Cam Walter there, the quarterback for Woodland Hills. And incomplete. And the pollen is strong here today, guys. If I sound a little bit hoarse, I'm getting a lot of that pollen in my throat right now, so bear with me, bear with me. Right now, great weather, great sunshine, just the perfect kind of weather for any kind of sport, really. Cam Walter sends it over to number 13. That is Landon Akins, I believe. Who also plays basketball. We haven't seen quite a bit of him in basketball. I've seen him pulled out a few times, but once they have him for the next season for basketball, they'll know that he's a special kind of weapon. Right now, he's just a secret weapon. So looking forward to seeing more action from that young man. He was also here. We interviewed him last year for the Junior Combine. Right now, Woodland Hills just outside the end zone. It seems like it's almost a sure thing here. And that it is. That is indeed a touchdown there for Woodland Hills. We are looking at an additional 6 points. And it looks like they're going in for that 1 point attempt. So right now we are 14-8. And it looks like it could potentially be 15-8. As we're familiar with Woodland Hills' likelihood to get it in the end zone. At least this close. We shall see, though. And beautifully done there. Indeed, that is the case. 15-8 is now the score, sending Seton LaSalle to the 40-yard line for the offensive play. And there in the gray clothes and white sneaker with a backpack is the girls' varsity basketball player, Jasmine Dunn, a fabulous player. I believe she has graduated already. So she is now the official photographer for Woodland Hills. Seton LaSalle in action here, with men built like tanks here on the 40-yard line, ready for action. Quarterback sends it deep. It looks like it's a sure thing. Indeed it is. Number 22 catches that at the 20-yard line. Off to a good start here for Seton LaSalle. And quarterback in action here. Off to number 16. Number 16 still in action. That does gain Seton LaSalle more ground here. Looks like Woodland Hills was not expecting that player, the receiver, to still be in action. Caught him off guard a little bit, but defense was quick on the feet as they were able to prevent any more ground from being gained there. So now we are just outside the 10-yard line. Quarterback in action here, sends it straight to number 22, a sure thing yet again. Number 22 is a very special player here for Seton LaSalle as he gets that 6 points added to the 8. Bringing them up 14 under 15. And it looks like Seton LaSalle is going in for that 2-point attempt here, potentially. Here to get that 1-point lead over Woodland Hills, as they are starting at the 10-yard line. They send it straight, and they miss it. Number 16, wise man there, jumped for the ball, but that ball was still just an inch too high as it flew over and over the end line. So that sends Woodland Hills back on the offense here. Oh, actually, correction, we are finished with the game. I keep forgetting we only have 20 minutes per each game, so that means Woodland Hills does finish with a victory of 1 point over Seton LaSalle. We are looking at 15 over 14. Well done there, Woodland Hills. And well done, Seton LaSalle. More action from these guys, though, as we are going all the way to 8 o'clock. I'm not exactly sure who's coming up next, so stay tuned with us here on the Roxamore Sports Network. I'm Maximilian Kiever, and we'll be right back.